Welcome to the Writing Corner. My name is LD Valencia, and today I want to talk a little bit about my upcoming TBR for next year. Now, quick little preface: as an author, my TBR has been kind of a moving target the last several years. As I really focus on my writing more and more, I've noticed that, finishing my, reading challenge for the year, hitting my reading goals has been a little bit more of a challenge. And so this past year actually lowered mine from last year, which I lowered from the previous year. I think I used to have 24 or more as my goal for each year. And last year I dropped it down to like 20, and this year I was like, I'm just going to do 18. And I did hit that just now, very recently in December as we're wrapping up 2025. So my TBR, my reading challenge, my numbers are nowhere near as exciting or amazing as, some of these people on Book Talk and BookTube. So just kind of a preface that, as far as like how big and what my numbers look like. So, but let's dive in and let's talk about what are some of the books that I am really, really excited for reading next year. Now, only one of these is really a like brand new book or book coming out in 2026. So let's just kind of maybe get that caveat out of the way. So right now I am in the throes of the Malazan Book of the Fallen series. So Malazan is kind of an intimidating book. It's been on my radar for at least 2 years, but I've heard a lot of people say, and with, I think, good reason, it's a lot to take in. It's a little intimidating, not even necessarily because of the length of the books, but just the storytelling style and the way in which Steve Erickson kind of writes his series. There's very little exposition. The series is kind of like, they say, drinking from a fire hose. And that's very true. I've read the first book so far, and I'm getting ready to start the second one in 2026, and it's a lot. It is definitely something that I think a new fantasy reader would not enjoy. And I know a lot of seasoned fantasy readers that have been like, I read the first book or I read part of it and wasn't into it, right? I've enjoyed it. I had to definitely, wade through the first half of the book before I really started to feel like I understood what was going on and the stakes and everything, and started remembering names, because Steve Erickson does not give exposition to like what's going on a lot of times. He just dives in. You have to kind of figure it out as you go. So it's not till the end that you're like, oh, that's that character. Oh, that's who they mentioned before. You're kind of putting it together yourself, which is in a way rewarding. It's exciting, but it is not everybody's cup of tea, in my opinion. But I am really excited to dive in and continue the series. I kind of took a little pause because the last Sun Eater book just came out, and that's what I'm reading right now to finish up 2025. But I'm excited to dive back in 2026 and hopefully finish the series. We'll see how much I'm able to finish, because like I said, they're super long, they're super dense, and they're kind of hard to get through, but I'm excited about diving into that one. My next one, and this one is only lower in the list because it doesn't come out till halfway through the year, and that is Red God by Pierce Brown. As a lot of my other book talker friends, I'm sure, have already posted about, we're all very excited about the finale of the Red Rising series. I am a huge fan of the series. I read it 2 years ago, and I have never read a book series that fast. I read 1 through 6 in the matter of 2 months-ish. They were doing this like random sale thing on Audible, and I got like the first several books for free. And I burned through them because I think they had a limited time. I think it was like maybe a month or two that you could like get them all. And I like burned through them so fast. I was listening super fast. I was like flying through them. Normally I'm not that fast of a reader, or in this case listener, I guess you could say. But these ones I just like devoured. I think something about the pacing and just the style of his writing just was like, I was able to just take it all in and just like burn through those. I was like listening to them around the clock. I don't think I got a lot of writing done those 2 months, but I finished them from like I think it was like somewhere between April and June, somewhere in there. I read them all. So I burned through those in the matter of 2.5 months, maybe 3. But man, super, super excited about that. I probably am going to do a reread sometime next year. So that's one that I'm super, super excited about. I'm really, really stoked to continue that series and kind of like dive back in and see how things are going, and maybe catch some things I missed and see how it all wraps up in, they're saying summer 2026. So we'll see. I'm super, super excited about it, and you know, what's going to be in store for our boy Darrow, right? So that's my second one. And like I said, it's only lower on the list because it doesn't come until halfway through the year, and I'll be, who knows how far through Malazan before that happens, but Malazan will be my first series to start off the new year. And then whenever I decide, I'm going to read some of the Red Rising books again, and then get back into Malazan. So it'll probably be bookended by Malazan in there. Number 3 on the list, I'm going to try and get back into the series Jade War. I liked the first book. The second book, I don't know, I felt like it got more into the political intrigue of things. Fonda Lee is a fantastic author, and I really liked it. But maybe this is my expectation. I was expecting more the Jade magic and fighting and stuff. And I felt like book 2 was just like a lot of like dialogue and emotions and stuff. And I was kind of like, I don't know. And I think I was getting ready to read something else, and I decided to just pause Jade War and dive into the next book. And maybe I'll get back into that one. It's a little bit, you know, nebulous. I do want to read it, but with the books that I have coming out next year and what I'm reading right now, we'll see. I'm not super, super certain I'm going to read it, but we'll see how things look. So the fourth book I'm going to have on my list is one that I've read the first 2. I read them at the very beginning of 2025. The third book is coming out on Audible at some point in 2026, and I'm excited about that one. It's from the series A Time of Dragons by, I have it pulled in front of me so I can read his last name, because his last name always trips me up, Philip C. Quaintrell. I might be still butchering that. It's called The Last Ballad of Hope. I really, really liked the first 2 books in this series. Really, really cool. It's about it's multiple timelines, and so they kind of like weave together. But it's like these dragon riders and these other like factions, and really, really fun. I really, really enjoyed the series. I really wanted to read more dragon stuff, and the series is literally called The Time of Dragons, and I was like, boom, I'm in. So I got the first 2 on Audible, plowed through them really fast. Maybe both of them I read in January. But I really, really liked it, and so I'm really excited for this one to come out on Audible in, I think it's like March, maybe. So I'm probably gonna pick it up on Audible, but I think the book is out, but not on Audible yet. So I'm excited about checking it out on Audible, and it's gonna be a lot of fun. It's super fun. I really like the way the story kind of wove together these 2 timelines, and then kind of like how it landed. I've really enjoyed it. It's a really fun series, and so that's probably my number 4 for book/series that I am really excited to read in 2026. So that's my list, and really kind of like begins and ends with Malazan. Malazan is probably what I'm going to read most of next year, with those couple other books sprinkled in. And like I said, I might read some more of the Red Rising books to kind of like get ready for it. So like if nothing else, I probably will read Lightbringer before Red God, and then we'll see. But I do want to kind of read all of them. Maybe I'll reread all of them after Red God comes out. I'll read Red God, and then I'll do another reread at the end of the year or the year after that. We'll see. But that's kind of my series. What book are you most excited for next year? And are there any other ones that are coming out soon that you're really excited about diving into? I'd love to hear them in the comments. Thanks so much for joining me in the Writing Corner. My name is LD Valencia, and I'll see you guys next time. Don't forget to like and subscribe, as they say here on YouTube. Thanks so much.